Okay, in this video we are going to actually create walls finally. So if you remember last, we set up our levels and we renamed them to something that hopefully makes more sense, and we saved the project for the first time in case something would happen. So we're back here on in Project Browser on the foundation level. So we were ready to do our first wall. So up here in the architecture tab, we're going to click wall. And as soon as we click wall, we get this modify section here, but we need to set some properties first. So at this time is when we would come down and choose our properties tab. And here are some of the properties that we need to decide. A lot of this is grayed out until we actually start creating a wall. But the first thing we need to do is decide what type of wall it is. So by default, it's set to just a basic wall, generic. It's 8 inches wide. But if we click the drop down, you can see that we have quite a few different preloaded options. Okay, we have some bunch of generic walls, and we have a couple interior. We have some soffit. We have some curtain walls, which are essentially glass walls you see in a lot of commercial buildings. But what we want to do is look for a 12-inch retaining concrete wall. So there's a foundation 12-inch concrete wall, but if we scroll down here, there's actually one that's called a retaining. So this will help be structurally sound when it helps to hold back the dirt and stuff around the foundation of this house. I'm going to go ahead and choose that. Okay, and again, I'm following along in the getting started guide put out by Autodesk if you'd like to have that open. After I choose the type of wall, what I need to do is come up here to my little option bar, which pops up for certain features that you're working with. And for walls, it's kind of tricky, but we have our option here to set the height, or we can do a depth. Height is going to go up in a positive direction, depth is a negative direction. So if we're already on the very bottom, we have to go up, we can't go down. That's how we have it set. Alright, now because I was messing with that, it gave me an error message, but you shouldn't have that. It was already set to height, and we're going to choose that it goes up to O2 entry level. Alright, and we're going to verify that it's set to the wall center line and that the chain option is checked. That'll let us do multiple walls back to back without having to go into the wall command again. So now, excuse me, we're going to click in the lower right quadrant. Okay, so we're going to start down here, and we're just going to start to place some walls. Now where you click to start does not matter as long as you're within these four little elevation markers. Okay, so yours is not going to be in the exact same location as mine, and that is okay as long as it falls within those four markers. So I'm going to start here in the lower right. I'm going to push to the left and type in 40 feet for my first wall. Okay, then I'm going to move my cursor straight up. It'll kind of snap to a vertical position, plus it tells us we're at 90 degrees. I'm going to type in 22 feet, press enter again. I'm going to move my cursor back to the right, make sure that I'm horizontal, and it'll tell me there, and I'm going to type in 40 feet again. And excuse me, I'm going to come up here and press modify because I'm done creating walls at this point. Alright, now to finish this off, because it's kind of hanging open, what we are going to do, since this house is sitting on a slope, we're going to come back over here to Project Browser. We're going to double click on O1 lower level. Alright, and we're now on the next level of the house, even though we can see the bottom level. We're in the next level, and we want to finish our concrete wall that we started. So we're going to come back over here to the Properties tab and go ahead and click Wall up in the Architecture tab. And it remembers what we were working with here. Alright, what I'm going to do at the right end point of this southern wall, I'm going to snap back onto this. Okay, and I see one mistake I made, and you might make it too. I'm going to hit escape. I forgot to set my location here where we're going to draw the wall from. Okay, so we need to change this actually to a depth, so we want to go down, and then we're going to say that we want it to go down to the foundation level. Alright, so now we're ready to start clicking on that south wall. We're going to move the cursor to the right 6 feet 6 inches. A little trickier to type. Then we're going to push and move the cursor up 5 feet. Then we're going to move the cursor to the right 10 feet 6 inches. Then we're going to move the cursor up and select the intersection of the north wall. So it's going to say intersection, and then we're going to come over here to where it meets up like that, and we can click modify up here at the top to kind of close off our house finally. Right, at this point, let's take a look at it and see what we have here. So to look at our building in 3D, all we simply need to do is come up here to the quick access toolbar, and we're going to press this little house icon. Okay, so once you press that, you'll automatically get a 3D view. There's what we have so far. Alright, keep in mind that the piece of property this house is sitting on is going to slope uphill here. Alright, so most of this concrete, speckled concrete wall that we created is going to sit underground, with this area out here that's lower sitting almost at ground level, but not quite. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and close this view out because we want to go back to our flat top view. I'm going to close that out. Here we're back at our original view of the O1 lower level, and I just click Project Browser to keep myself straight here so I can remember where I'm at, and I'm going to come up here and save the project.